What's up, everybody? Jared here with Wine of the Nation's Rage. I'm going to do a quick review vlog. Why am I saying log? A quick review vlog. I'm not going to call it an update vlog this time. I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing me say that at the beginning of every vlog that I do. So this is going to be a review vlog. I called it a log because I've been doing logs all week. That's a whole other thing though. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what happened this past week. I have some other videos that I have recorded that I will post before I post this video. They're not very long. It's just a little bit of, extra explaining of what happened. Nothing important really. I did get a couple of shots of me inside the truck and stuff and at a truck stop and everything. Not a big deal though. I really was not focused on vlogging at all this week. I was just basically trying to get as much information as I could possibly get and, put it inside of my brain so that when I'm out there on my own on the road, I will know what to do if a particular situation is to come up. I'm going to try not to keep this I'm going to try to keep this vlog as short as I can, but I have a lot to say about what happened this past week. And if you've been keeping up, then you already know that I went out on the road this week with a training engineer from Schneider, and they basically just watched me drive, and I think I may get some kind of grade on my overall performance for the week, but it was mainly a training exercise just to see how I would do and for me to obtain as much knowledge as I can possibly obtain before I go out there on my own. And before I was a little iffy about it only being a week, and I still feel that way, but as far as the circumstances go, I really can't see myself doing what I did this week for much longer than 1 week, and I'm glad that it's over. I learned a lot. The guy that trained me, that it was his truck. I was basically doing his route. We were switching back and forth. I got a lot of driving in this past week, and what happened, I explained it a little bit in an earlier vlog that's not very long, but basically I went to Florida 3 times this week. Each time we took a load down to the Miami area, and then we turned around, or we actually stopped for the night. We spent the night in the Miami area, and then we brought an empty trailer back up to Georgia. And so I got a lot of driving down. We stayed on the I-95 corridor and just basically passed through, Jacksonville, Daytona, St. Augustine, and we drove all the way down to Miami 3 times. And like I said, each time we drove back up to the same distribution center, and I did quite a bit of backing. I did some coupling and uncoupling with the trailers. I got a lot of experience. The first night was pretty interesting. Basically, we pulled into Miami at around 12:30 a.m. and so it was after midnight, and our route actually got closed off. We were headed to a particular location to drop the freight off, and the route that we were supposed to take on the expressway was closed. They had the whole road closed. So, and I was driving, and it was in the middle of the night, and so we had to frantically find an alternate route to the destination. And as we were doing that, a freaking monsoon came and just, I mean, it was heavy rain. I'm talking about, like, the only thing that I can describe it is Florida rain. It rains every single day in Florida in the summertime. It's crazy how much it rains in Florida. And it is like, I thought Georgia was bad with the humidity. No, Georgia's not so bad. If you felt like I felt about it, then go to Florida in July or August, and you will be thankful that, at least you don't live there. But I had a good time. I got more comfortable with double clutching and just trying to match the RPMs with the road speed. I'd say I got more comfortable with the trailer tandems and how to make maneuvers on turns and tight spaces, trying to get the truck and the trailer turned around in tight spaces and stuff like that. I learned how the Qualcomm system works, which is basically what I'd say probably 90% of the truck driving companies use to keep up with logs and freight drops and GPS and all that stuff. So I learned a lot about it and what I need to do to use it, how I can keep in touch with my dispatch and stuff like that with this machine. So there's, like I said before, there's a lot to truck driving. It's not just turning a wheel. And it's a very tedious job. You always have to be alert. You don't ever want to really be, like too edgy or like on the edge of your seat or anything like that. But you do want to be, we want to be alert, but you want to be relaxed at the same time, especially when you're driving for a long period of time. I drove over 400 miles today. What he did was we swapped back and forth. I'd say I probably drove most of the time this week, but that was a good thing. And so I feel fortunate because of that, because what they were telling me is that even though I was being trained and I was going out on the road with a training engineer, technically freight still came first. The freight would always come first, meaning that if the driver is in a hurry to get a shipment sent to a certain place, he might not always have time for me to drive because I'm new and I don't drive as good as he does and I'm not as fast as he is, because it takes time to, obtain that skill level. There's a learning curve to it. But I will say that most of the time I was driving, and I probably drove about, I don't know, at least 1,200 miles, probably more than that, but at least 1,200 miles in the last 6 days on the road. I just got back today. They set me up with a motel room. I don't even know the name of the city that I'm in right now, somewhere in South Georgia. It's like south of Savannah, off of Interstate 95. This is my room here. And yeah, tomorrow, same guy, he's gonna come and pick me up in his personal vehicle and drive me back to Savannah. And I'm gonna sorry about that. That alarm there is retarded. So sorry about that. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's got a mind of its own. Maybe it's possessed. I don't know. But anyway, he's going to pick me up in the morning. He's going to take me back to Savannah. I'm going to jump on a Greyhound and ride it up to Atlanta. My wife's going to pick me up in Atlanta. And I'm going to spend the day with her and my son. And then on Monday, I'm going back to the main office in Atlanta to start my final week, which will be testing, like computer testing and on the road testing, backing, pre-trip testing, air brake testing, probably some testing with the tandems, like sliding the tandems back and forth, coupling and uncoupling, that kind of stuff. And as far as I know, next Friday, which would be 7 days from today, I will know whether or not I am fit to work for this company and if I have what it takes. If I do graduate, they have this whole graduation thing, and they'll set you up with your dispatch. They have a fancy acronym name for their dispatch, and I don't remember what they call them. Schneider has acronyms for just about everything, and I still haven't caught on to it yet. I will eventually, I guess. I'm gonna have to. But things are going good, and from everything that I've experienced so far, I really like the company. I appreciate the company and everything they've done for me. They've set me up with hotels. They've made sure that I've had transportation. Just whatever you can think of to make it out here. I haven't been home in a while. I was home one day last week, so it's been about 2 weeks since I've been home. Basically, since I made that video where I showed you my bag, and I said this is everything I own for the next 3 weeks. That was pretty much the last time I've been home. I spent one night at home last week, but it was just a short period of time. So a week from today, which this is Saturday, it's August 6th, I'll make another video and catch up with you guys again. I'll let you know how the final week went, if I passed or not. And from that point on, I think I'll have like 2 days off, like I was saying before. And then they're going to set me up with my own truck. I'm going to go out on the road, and we'll see how it goes from there. I've already asked, can I have a camera as long as it's hands-free, mounted to the window. You can't even use your phone while you're driving. It's not legal anymore. It's because it's not safe. There's been too many accidents with people using their phones trying to drive trucks. It just doesn't go together. But as long as you have like a hands-free camera that you basically just push one button and that's all it is, then it's legal. From what I understand, they don't care. So I will be filming when I get my truck, and I don't know where I'm going to go. All I know is that I'm going to be over the road, which technically is supposed to be the lower 48 states and Canada. I don't think I'm going to be going to all those different places. Because of the area that I live around Atlanta, they have specific routes for over-the-road drivers. I'm going to be out at least 2 weeks at a time. And another thing that I understand is, from what I've heard them say, is that if I'm out longer than 2 weeks, then they'll end up taking me, or they'll end up sending me to, places that are further away, like California or the Northwest or Canada. I have to get a passport if I'm going to go to Canada, though. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. We'll just have to see how it goes. And I'm excited, you guys. I've worked really hard. It's like I was saying on the video when I got my license. It's like baseball, because there's actually 4 different steps to all this becoming a truck driver, and I'm still not a truck driver yet. I just, even though I just drove 3 live loads down to Miami, I'm still not a truck driver. The way that Schneider looks at this whole training thing, it lasts 3 weeks, and what they call it is a 3-week job interview. And if you get through it, and they hire you on, and they give you the keys to a truck, and they send you out with live freight, then you're a truck driver. So I still have to get to 4th base. But the way things are going right now, it's looking really good. I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm not going to get, arrogant or cocky about it at all. I still have a lot to learn. I still have a long way to go. But I'm getting there. So just be happy for me for that. I'll see you guys in a week. And I thank you for your interest. I thank you for watching. And take care. So on and so forth. Jared here with Line of the Nation's Rage. Bye.